alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is Sohal and you are watching Arakan Times Daily English News. Today is Friday, 7th March 2025. Today's news headlines: Unidentified assailant killed Rohingya refugee in Rohingya refugee camp, Bangladesh. The Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA seals and confiscates Rohingya entrepreneurs' homes in Mongdo. 52 civilians forcibly taken for conscription by the Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA in Palawa Township. Food reduction to Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh. Today's news details. The Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA, which has taken full control of Mongdo Township, has reportedly been selling and confiscating the homes and properties of Rohingya entrepreneurs in the area. According to local sources, the Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA has targeted prominent Rohingya business owners in downtown Mongdo, accusing them of had ties to the military junta and Rohingya armed groups. Many entrepreneurs are also being detained under what are described as false accusations. The Rohingya business owners have been escaped and residing in different places under the fear of being detained by the Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA. More than 50 homes and buildings belonging to Rohingya entrepreneurs have been sealed and confiscated. Posters stating these homes and buildings have been confiscated by the Arakan Army AA under the law of higher level officers have been placed on the seized properties. A Rohingya refugee who was serving as the head of Block M32 in Camp 20 of Kutupalong, Ukia, Kosbazar district, Bangladesh, was killed by unidentified individuals at approximately 9 p.m. on March 4, 2025. The victim has been identified as Muhammad Nur, a resident of Budewara in Nayang Chambilis tract, Butidong Township. According to a refugee who spoke, a group of armed individuals carrying knives and pistols abducted Muhammad Nur from a shop where he was sitting alone after leaving the mosque. They took him to a football field, stabbed and slaughtered him, and then fled the scene. The attackers were masked, making it impossible to identify them. A source revealed that Muhammad Nur had previously survived an attack by unidentified assailant last year, escaping with injuries. The source further stated that members of the Armed Police Battalion (RPBN), along with individuals affiliated with the Rohingya Solidarity Organization (RSO), arrived at the crime scene in vehicles. The Rohingya Solidarity Organization (RSO) members armed with sticks were seen threatening residents of the block and surrounding areas, the source added. It has been reported that on February 21, 2025, the Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA abducted 52 civilians from Chinlawe village in Palawa Township, Shina State, Myanmar for forced conscription. The abducted individuals, aged between 18 and 45, were taken from Chinlawe village in Palawa Township, Shina State. According to local sources, on February 19, members of the Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA, along with their appointed village administrators in Chinlawe village, held a meeting with residents and demanded that young people join the Arakan Army AA to fight against the Myanmar military junta. 4 village administrators appointed by the Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA, along with their members, surrounded the village, conducted a raid and apprehended young people, both girls and boys, whoever they found. As a result, 52 civilians were abducted and taken for forced conscription by the Rakhine rebel group Arakan Army AA, a source reported. The abducted civilians have been held without any communication with their families, and their whereabouts remain unknown. Their families are uncertain whether they are alive or dead. The United Nations has announced that it will further cut food rations for Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh due to a critical funding shortfall. Starting next month, the monthly food assistance will be reduced from $12.5 to just $6 per person, marking a severe decline in support for nearly 1 million Rohingya refugees living in overcrowded camps in Cox's Bazar. This drastic reduction follows previous cuts as the World Food Programme (WFP) struggles to secure sufficient funds to sustain its humanitarian efforts. In March 2023, rations were first lowered from $12 to $10 per person per month, and then further reduced to $8 in June. The latest cut will leave refugees with only 20 cents per day for food, increasing fears of worsening malnutrition, hunger, and health crises among an elderly, already vulnerable populations. The Rohingya, a stateless Muslim minority from Myanmar, fled to Bangladesh in 2017 following a brutal military crackdown that the United Nations has described as ethnic cleansing. Over the years, conditions in the refugee camps have deteriorated with rising cases of malnutrition, disease outbreaks, and increasing security concerns due to criminal activities and armed group violence. Aid agencies warn that the new funding crisis could have devastating consequences, especially for children and pregnant women who are at higher risk of malnutrition. The United Nations has asked the international community to step up financial support to prevent further humanitarian sufferings. However, do not fatigue and shifting global priorities have left the Rohingya crisis largely neglected. With no clear path to repatriation or resettlement, the Rohingya refugees are facing an increasingly uncertain future. The funding shortfall not only threatens their basic survival but also raises concerns about potential unrest within the camps as desperation grows. Bangladesh, which has been hosting the refugees for years, has also expressed concerns about the sustainability of the situation without sufficient international support. The United Nations and aid organizations continue to call for urgent funding and long-term solutions to ensure that the Rohingya refugees receive the food, healthcare, and protection they need. The Arakan Times team members are heartily thanksgiving to those who are daily watching, sharing, and doing like comments to the news uploaded on YouTube channels.